This is a basic how-to video for using the Bosch Solution 6000 panel. So first things first, as you can see, the system is disarmed. If we use the arrow keys here, we can slide across and go to separate areas, as we've got area 2, which is also disarmed. So we have two areas on this system. So to arm the system, you will put in your user code. I've just set up 4 ones just for the practice, and then hit on what area you would like to arm. So as you can see, it is arming area 2. Now you will get your exit delay, and after this delay, the system will be armed in that area. So now the system is armed. If I use the arrows again and slide back to the area 1, which is Keytronics HQ, you will notice that the area is still disarmed. So that means that only area 2 is armed. So if you wish to arm area 1 as well, you'll put in your code and click on area 1 as well. So that will now arm both areas and have both areas fully armed. So now both areas are armed. As you can see, area 1 and area 2 are armed. To disarm a certain area, whether it be area 1 or area 2, you use the arrow keys to go across, type in your user code and hit off. Sorry, hit off, there we go. So now that area is turned off. Which remains as area 2, as you can see, is still armed. So if you wish to disarm area 2 as well, put in your user code and hit off as well. And now, as you can see, both areas are turned off. Area 1 and area 2 are disarmed. So always check that when you're disarming the system that both areas are disarmed and both areas are armed when you're fully arming the system. Make sure that arming and disarming of the system is the first and last thing you do before entering and leaving the premises. When entering an armed premises, once you open a door with a reed switch on it or set off the first detector, you will be given a delay. So I'll set off a detector now. So this delay represents when the time is before the alarm goes off, so you will need to put in your code and press off. Now that area is disarmed, you must also go through and check any other areas on the system. So area 2 is still armed, but the main entry area is disarmed. So you must disarm the other areas as well while you're on the premises. One other thing to keep in mind before you arm the system: if there's an open area, open zone on one of the areas like we have here, and you try and arm it, it will come up with an error and not let you. So it says open. So you can press OK to force it on if it's just a sensor that has viewed you while you're typing in your code. But if it's something like our roller door, you must first put that down before arming the system. So if we put that down now and close the roller door, just waiting for that to close. So we are now closing the roller door to make sure that is a sealed zone. Now we may press OK to continue, and it is arming the system again. So now zone area 1 will be armed, but we must still go into area 2 and arm that as well. When you are arming the system to leave the premises, after you put your code in and press on, you will get this goodbye message and it will say what area is on. When you are finished arming the last area, it will give you this exit delay, and in this time period you must exit the premises. There must be nobody on site and you will be locking up shop. Once it is armed, the whole system will be a fully active alarm system. So you cannot be setting off any detectors or reed switches after this time period, or else all the sirens will be screaming.